Before we implement the interpreter for this new variant of curly, it's worth pausing to consider the expressive power of functions versus objects. After all, we've already seen that functions can encode objects. So if you have functions, in some sense, you may not need to add objects to your language. But does it work the other way around? If you have object in your language, can you do without adding functions to your language, or can you encode them with objects? And the answer is that you can encode them with objects of the form of objects that we have here. Concretely, if we wanted to encode the function that's the identity function here, and its application to 5, then the way we encode the identity function is to have an object with just a single argument, a single method. And we'll call the method call. So all functions would have a call method. That method takes an argument and can do whatever it wants to, like the identity method here. And then to apply a function, then we just use the call method and send in the argument that we wanted to apply the function to. And this works with closures, which we would need to do multi-argument functions, which is single argument lambda. So here I've got a function that takes an x and then returns a function that takes a y and then adds x to y. So we're nesting functions here, and you know this is implemented with a closure of some sort. Here's how you can translate that to objects. We have this outer object that first takes the x, so that is sending the call method the value 5 for x, and we do that by having a call method that constructs a new argument, new object, because after all we need to represent this lambda using an object with a call method. And to keep the x around like we would in a closure, we just put it in a field here. So we take the arg that we're given as an argument to this outer call method and put it in a field so that this inner call method will still be able to get to it while adding it to the argument that we get for this second call here. So you can hopefully see that as soon as you can nest objects like this to implement nested functions like this, that you can implement any sort of functions and function application pattern by locally encoding it in objects and call methods.